a travesty of justice, the witch hunt against Donald Trump. America stands at a crossroads. The very foundation of our republic is under assault. A relentless witch hunt against former President Donald Trump has gripped our nation, threatening to undermine the very principles of justice and fairness that have long defined us. This is not hyperbole, it is the undeniable truth. The charges leveled against President Trump are nothing short of outrageous, a politically motivated attack designed to silence his powerful voice and prevent his return to the political stage. We are witnessing a blatant attempt to manipulate the outcome of the upcoming election. The timing of these charges is far too convenient, surfacing just as President Trump emerges as the clear frontrunner for the Republican nomination. The American people are not naive. They see through this transparent charade, recognizing it for what it truly is, a desperate attempt by the Biden administration and its allies to cling to power by any means necessary. The stakes could not be higher. This is not just about Donald Trump. It is about the future of our nation. If they can do this to a former president, they can do it to anyone. They can do it to you. The very essence of our democracy, the right to dissent, the right to hold different political beliefs, is under attack. We must not let them succeed. We must stand united against this tyranny. The time for complacency is over. We must rise up and defend our republic. We must demand justice for President Trump and hold those responsible for this travesty accountable. The future of America hangs in the balance. The remarkable Trump presidency, a legacy under attack. Before we delve into the politically motivated charges against President Trump, let's remind ourselves of the remarkable achievements of his presidency. Under his leadership, America experienced an economic resurgence. Jobs were created, wages rose, and the stock market soared to record highs. President Trump stood up for American workers, renegotiated unfair trade deals, and put America first on the world stage. He took on China, challenged North Korea, and defeated ISIS. He appointed conservative judges to the Supreme Court, protecting our constitutional rights. President Trump's accomplishments are undeniable, a testament to his unwavering commitment to making America great again. He brought back a sense of pride and patriotism that had been sorely lacking. Yet instead of celebrating these achievements, the radical left is determined to erase his legacy. They cannot stand the thought of a successful outsider challenging the Washington establishment. They fear his policies, his message, and most importantly, his unwavering connection with the American people. Their solution? Fabricate charges, smear his reputation, and silence his voice. They believe that by destroying Donald Trump, they can destroy the movement he inspired. They are wrong. The American spirit cannot be so easily extinguished. Weaponizing the justice system, a tale as old as time. Sadly, the weaponization of the justice system for political gain is not a new phenomenon. Throughout history, those in power have sought to silence their opponents through intimidation and legal harassment. We have seen it time and again, from the Roman Empire to the Soviet Union. Now we are witnessing it unfold before our very eyes here in the United States of America. The charges against President Trump reek of political opportunism. They are flimsy, lacking in evidence, and based on the flimsiest of pretenses. The timing, as we have established, is highly suspect. This is not about upholding the law. It is about using the law as a weapon to target a political enemy. The American people are not fooled by this charade. They see through the smokescreen and recognize the dangerous precedent being set. If they can do this to President Trump, they can do it to anyone. They can target anyone who dares to challenge their power, anyone who dares to hold different views. This is a blatant assault on our democracy, a direct attack on the very principles of freedom and justice that our nation was founded upon. We cannot and we will not stand idly by as our republic is dismantled piece by piece. The Biden administration's roll desperate measures for a failing presidency. Let's be clear, the Biden administration is complicit in this witch hunt. They are using the full force of the federal government to persecute their political opponents. The Department of Justice, once an impartial arbiter of justice, has been transformed into a political weapon, wielded with ruthless efficiency against anyone deemed a threat to the Biden regime. The mainstream media, complicit as always, dutifully parrots the administration's talking points, amplifying the lies and distortions while ignoring the glaring inconsistencies and lack of evidence. They have become nothing more than a propaganda arm of the Democratic Party, shamelessly pushing a narrative that bears little resemblance to reality. This is not the America we know and love. This is not the land of the free and the home of the brave. This is a nation teetering on the brink of tyranny, where dissent is silenced and political opposition is met with the full force of the state. We must not let them succeed. We must stand up and fight back against this tyranny. Our very freedom, our very way of life depends on it. The erosion of trust, a dangerous game with high stakes. The consequences of this politically motivated prosecution extend far beyond Donald Trump. This relentless assault on our justice system is eroding public trust in our institutions. When people lose faith in the rule of law, when they believe that the system is rigged against them, the very fabric of our society begins to unravel. We are already witnessing the consequences of this erosion of trust. Political polarization is at an all-time high. Civil discourse has been replaced by venomous rhetoric. Violence and unrest are becoming increasingly commonplace. This is not the path to a brighter future. It is a recipe for chaos and disintegration. The Biden administration's actions are not only unjust, they are incredibly dangerous. They are playing with fire, fanning the flames of division and distrust. They are putting their own political ambitions above the well-being of our nation. It is time for them to be held accountable for their actions. It is time for them to stop this madness before it is too late. The American people are not fooled, seeing through the political charade. Despite the relentless propaganda and the best efforts of the mainstream media, the American people are not fooled. They see through the lies and distortions. They recognize this prosecution for what it is, a politically motivated witch hunt designed to silence a powerful voice and influence the outcome of the upcoming election. The American people are smarter than the political elites give them credit for. They understand that this is not about justice. It is about power. They know that if they can do this to Donald Trump, they can do it to anyone. And they are rightly concerned. This is why it is so important for us to stand up and speak out against this injustice. We must make our voices heard. We must let the world know that we will not tolerate this assault on our democracy. The future of our nation depends on it. The fight for justice, standing up for Donald Trump. Standing with Donald Trump is not simply about supporting one man. It is about defending the very principles upon which our nation was founded. It is about protecting our democracy from those who would seek to undermine it for their own selfish gain. President Trump is a fighter. He has always stood up for what he believes in, even in the face of overwhelming opposition. He has never backed down from a challenge, and he is not backing down now. He is innocent of these charges, and he will be vindicated. But he cannot do it alone. He needs our support. He needs us to stand with him, to fight alongside him, to defend him against these baseless accusations. We must not let him down. A call to action. Make your voice heard. This is a call to action. We must not stand idly by as our democracy is eroded before our very eyes. We must raise our voices in unison and demand justice for President Trump. Contact your elected officials. Write to your local newspapers. Spread the word on social media. Let them know that you will not tolerate this assault on our justice system. Let them know that you stand with President Trump. Let them know that you will not be silenced. Our voices matter. Our actions matter. The future of our nation depends on our willingness to stand up and fight for what is right. Support Donald Trump. Donate to the cause. Fighting back against this politically motivated prosecution requires resources. Your generous donation will help ensure that President Trump has the legal representation and the platform he needs to defend himself against these baseless charges. Every dollar counts. Every contribution brings us closer to victory. Please donate what you can today. Your support is crucial in this fight to save America. Stay informed. Subscribe for updates. Stay informed about the latest developments in this crucial battle. Subscribe to our newsletter to receive regular updates, analysis, and calls to action. Together, we will defeat this witch hunt and ensure that justice prevails. Don't let the mainstream media control the narrative. Get the truth directly from the source. Subscribe today. Together, we will prevail, restoring America's promise. The road ahead will not be easy, The forces arrayed against us are formidable, but we must not lose hope. We must not give in to despair. We must remember that the American spirit is stronger than any obstacle. Together we will defeat this witch hunt. Together we will restore America's promise. Together we will ensure that the principles of justice and freedom prevail. The fight starts now.